Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel, and you know you've been thoroughly psyoped when you believe that this grade school science fair project with cardboard, scotch tape, and aluminum foil took men to the moon. Roll the intro.
People ask me all the time, "Hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff, and does it really work?" The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description.
This was a meme that I made the other day for my Twitter account. If you're not following me on Twitter, it's at High Impact Flicks, all one word. There's a couple things that I wanted to go over that I can't really talk about on this channel, but you can kind of see some of the pictures here. One of the things that I wanted to hone in on, though, was this incident that happened in a Houston restaurant. I'm not going to play this whole thing because, well, there's obvious reasons. If you want to see it, I have it again on my High Impact Flicks channel. You can watch all 34 seconds. It's pretty crazy. This guy right here, this guy in black, walks in with a firearm, pointing that thing at people, as you can see. Now, picture yourself being in this booth right here. We always say on this channel, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Well, this guy right here has it. You know the it I'm talking about here. So he's sitting here with his buddy, having a nice dinner at this Mexican restaurant, and this Yahoo walks in thinking that he can jeopardize the freedoms and lives of every single person eating in this restaurant, pointing a gun at them, jeopardizing their lives, threatening their very existence, and this guy right here is not going to have any of it. Now, I'll play it just right up to the point where this guy takes action. And right here, he's going to take action, okay? I'm not going to play the rest of this. If you want to see it again, it's going to be on my Twitter feed. But a lot of people are giving this guy a hard time because he gives 4 shots. This guy right here falls to the ground. And then as he's laying on the ground, our hero, the hero of the story, actually puts 4 more slugs into him. And then grabs the gun that fell onto the floor and then puts 1 more point blank slug into him. What I thought was fascinating, we'll get back to that in a second, but what I thought was fascinating is this guy right here in the booth, he doesn't flinch at all. He doesn't even move until the very end, until the last shot is fired. What I thought was dangerous right here for our hero, though, is as he's trying to take out the assailant, he's pointing exactly in the direction of this innocent guy right here who's doing nothing wrong. You know, thankfully, the only person who perished in this whole ordeal was the person who actually brought the whole incident on himself. But the internet is kind of, you know, weighing... You know, this looks like outright murder. First of all, the guy was walking away from him. How do you know that the guy isn't going to stop and turn around and just finish everybody off? You don't. And you can't take that chance. So I don't understand people giving this guy a hard time. Put yourself in this person's shoes. Put yourself in this booth. Put your butt in that booth right there. If you had that firearm, if you had a means of self-defense, wouldn't you use it? Would you really wait till this guy's pointing a gun at you to take care of the situation? Are you really going to think, well, maybe he'll walk out and he won't harm us? Can you really afford to take that risk? And that would be a huge risk. So a lot of people, I haven't even read the comments under the video that I actually posted right here. So let's see what they say. I just said this man will never threaten anyone again, and the tax cattle will never have to pay for his court costs or give him 3 hots and a cot for the rest of his scummy life, because that's what happens. These people walk in and they kill a whole bunch of people, and then the American tax cattle for that county or that city or that state end up putting this guy up. You know, it costs $48,000 to $60,000. Last I looked, I mean, these are, you know, years old figures, but $48,000 to $60,000 to house 1 inmate, 1 criminal in prison. As for the last few shots, he got what he deserved, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying, you know, I don't know. It looked like murder to me. It's not murder when it's self-defense. It's not murder when you're actually taking a step to save your life and the lives of everybody else. This guy right here says, and now he'll probably go to jail. I don't know what actually happened. Something that I read said that, you know, let's look this up real quick, because I haven't looked into this. I haven't done a follow-up. Houston, Mexican restaurant shooting. Let's see what happened here. Houston police, customer who killed this robber would be willing to meet with investigators. HPD says, let's see, when is this? This is January 9th. Says it received a call over the weekend from someone claiming to represent the man wanted for questioning on the January 5th shooting death at a restaurant in Southwest Houston. As far, okay, so from this article right here, it looks like he's still at large, but I read, that's 1 day ago, that's 4 days ago, 8 hours ago. Here we go. Fatal shooting of robber by customer at Mexican restaurant will go to grand jury, police say. The fatal shooting of a suspected robber by a customer at a Mexican restaurant in Houston last week will be referred to a grand jury. Witnesses told police that a man in a ski mask entered the restaurant and pointed a pistol at customers demanding their money. As the suspect collected money, one of the customers pulled his own gun and shot the suspect multiple times, killing him, police said. The shooter then retrieved all the stolen money from the robber and returned it to their customers before leaving. That's a genuine hero right there, guys. Not only did I save your life, I recovered the property that was stolen from you, and I returned it to you. When first responders arrived, they pronounced the suspect dead on the scene. He was later identified as Eric Eugene Washington, 30. The day after the shooting, the police released surveillance images of the shooter asking for the public's help in identifying him. Officials have since identified the man and spoken with him. After consulting with Harris County District Attorney's Office, Houston police determined that the shooting will be referred to the grand jury since the man has not been arrested or charged with a crime. Good. His identity is not being released, but police said he's 46. Anyone with information can contact the police department. If you look at the video, you know, you can see how people would have an objection, but then if you start asking yourself a couple questions, what consequences should befall this guy who literally could have killed somebody, and you don't know if he wouldn't have when you're in that situation right there? Are you really willing to wait for this guy to go, you know, maybe he's got other guns. Maybe he's got an automatic firearm and he's just going to off everybody in there before he walks out so there are no witnesses. He definitely did not like having his dinner interrupted by that thug. Big Gamer 26 says, amen, brother. Too true. 9 rounds. His first shot was right in the vicinity of the other person sitting by the jukebox. Glad he didn't miss. I am too. I mean, you know, you kind of want to cut somebody this slack when the heartbeat is elevated, when your system is pouring, you know, adrenaline into your system. There's so many things that are going on. There's, you know, it would just be easy not to be able to think clearly, but this guy thought clearly enough to actually protect everybody in that restaurant. That was perfect. Keep up the good work. Maybe these people will someday learn we're tired of this. Yeah, and it does send a message. This kind of thing does send a message. It's like, hey, if anything, at least it might cause some rational thinking criminals to second guess themselves before they walk into that bank or post office or restaurant and pull this kind of stuff again. Maybe, just maybe, somebody is in there and maybe they're armed. What would suck if there was somebody across the room, like sitting in this booth right here, and then they got crossfire and both of these guys got shot. But I'd rather have dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery any day. How about you guys? And I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel before. I've done it on other channels because I have the police accountability channel, which is Here's the Deal. If you're not aware of that channel, please take a look at it and subscribe and hit the bell notification over there. But I don't think I've ever gone over on this channel. I might have, but it's probably been a long time. There's these two codes, 18 USC 241 and 18 USC 242. 242 is deprivation of rights under color of law. And it says in part, whoever under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person, any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities. Basically, that person goes to jail, pays a fine, and could be sentenced to death. That's 18 USC 242. And it says whoever under the color of any law, judge, law enforcer, politician, whoever. And the companion one to this is 18 USC 241, conspiracy against rights. If 2 or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to him by the Constitution or laws of the United States, and it says, shall be fined or imprisoned or in the end maybe sentenced to death. Why? Because it's important that rights, be protected. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you are. This right here is in concert with natural law. What is natural law? It's something that we can all agree on. Nobody has a higher claim over your life and property than you. It's never right to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong. And number 3, the golden rule: do to others what you would want done to you. Conversely, don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you. Every one of us can agree with that. And the reason it's natural law is because you all know, and I know, that it's self-evident truth. If you guys enjoy these videos, subscribe to this channel. I'm fully demonetized, 100% viewer supported. If you want to support this channel, buy me a coffee, subscribe, start Cash App, or grab one of these hard-hitting conversation starting designs you can get on from the shirt store that you can put on any shirt, hoodie, mug, cell phone case, whatever you want. Thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, and I'll see you in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.
While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket-sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.